Hi guys, it's Aegis here. So today I'm here with another Daiyusha deck profile, and this time we're covering Daiyusha. Finally, uh, it I have been playing with this deck for quite a bit of time. I've tested some ways, which is kind of without that much of the plus crit and jump right and see how it works. But I think the deck actually needs that, so in this build I will be running a lot more of that. But my experience with the deck is so far quite positive, even though I still kind of feeling I don't have enough cards in hand to do a lot of things in guarding, but it's getting better. It's actually getting better. And at one point that uh, people are like thinking, can this deck actually kind of replace Eva when you are going to a team tournament and making your choice for the three standard decks, um, which so far it is doing okay, but I think Eva is still doing a better job. Um, Probably because of the easier to get person right going. The monster promo is actually doing a lot of stuff, so um, it's still better forever as a choice, but this deck is not bad at all. So for the right line, I'm using the Dimension Robo right line still, because you do need to gain drive with the Daiyusha. You do need to do some power ups and gain your base order with your Dailander, and then you do want the extra defensive with your Dai Dragon, so it's definitely helpful here. So the right line is probably in a short time not going to change. Long time, maybe we find some other creative way to actually play the deck, we don't know, but yeah, we will see. And for Daiyusha himself, let's talk about him as well, where when he attacks, you kind of last one to at least draw a card, which in the past we don't have that, but now I think when they are thinking about this deck, they are also kind of carrying a hand size, so it allows you to draw cards, and you do need to play a lot of regard to make the deck a lot more powerful. And if your opponent is great for your heart, then you can choose any number of Dimension Robo cards that are with different names and plus 5k. So that also pump your board to make every single attack hits and makes them hit hard. So this is one reason why I think this deck has the potential to actually be one of the free options when you're going to a standard team tournament and find a choice. And of course, he can withstand. You put one card into it, so after this unit battle ends, and get -2 drive. And if you haven't bind any Daiyusha, and you did personalize, then you can bind a Daiyusha from Soul. You get +1 drive, unless you're facing Story Larger, which will basically cut that +1 drive into 0 as well. Other than that, you have one chance to gain drive, which is kind of like a defined skill. But yeah, it's giving you that option. But if you're playing Story Raja, then you might actually just simply Soul Blast the Daiyusha to make your opponents off guard, maybe. And main deck, I'm running 3 more for the person right. You definitely need the power. This deck is very power required in order to win, even though you do have a Resentment Vanguard, but 99% you are on 0 drive with the second attack, so yeah, you do need the power to actually make your opponents feel hard to guard. And then with Dai Dragon, I'm playing 2 more just in case I need the defensive. It's just that great. And then more importantly, for of the Dai Ladies, you definitely need that because Dai Lady is the main source for you to grab your set orders, your base orders. So you definitely need 4 of her. and she's a 20k beater if you are taking a gravely higher unit and when you have 2 or more base orders. So it's quite easy to get because the red line will grab you one, you play your Die Lady, you get another one. So it's already there. And then we have our donation cards, which is Surgar and Dark Gauge. So this, if you place it from hand other than during the battle phase, then you can look into the top card of the decks as the number of the set orders in your order zone +1, and then choose one, put into soul. If you have look at 2 or more cards, then you shuffle that. And after that, you can count +1 and perform one of the following: choose a grade 2 or higher unit card from your soul and put it into your hand. So it could be a person ride, it could be any of these, so that you don't need to use your base energy blast part to actually get them out onto the field, because you grab them from hand and you can just normal call them. Or you can choose a set order from your soul and put it into your hand, which we do have some sort of soul charging. For example, this card itself, so it's another way for you to grab your set orders, because having 2 of the base order is very different to having 3 to 4 set base orders. So the more you have is definitely great, better. And then the Refractile Dragon, it is mainly used during your early turns when you need to discard. Then you can just Soul Blast and bring this to Rigor Circle. Even though it is during your battle phase, you can't attack with it. But then, if any player has put a card into order zone this turn, this card will get boost, and it's a continuous skill. So as long as you have placed your base order this turn, you already gain the boost. So it's very great for early rush, that the extra 10k can adjust a lot of power and makes a lot of attack hits. So the difference is definitely right there. And then I have 4 of the Dime Arena to block the intercept, which is quite important because recent decks use a lot of ways to intercept cards, and blocking them is actually quite important. And even when you're facing like a Soyu Raja deck, they always place the grade 2s out, and they intercept them so you can revive them, but you're blocking them to intercept, so they have to kind of call it on top in order to do something. So it's a good fight back. Free die battles, if you need to jump right, you can, but I don't quite suggest you to recklessly jump right, because for example, if you're facing a sure opponent, then you give them a easier way to stride, easier condition to stride, and faster to stride kind of. And if you're playing against a Story Raja, that means you're allowing them to fully utilize their skills and they can backfire on you. So don't always jump right. You do need to play it safe, and the more important reason to play die battles is to have to crit into 2, because even your Vanguard is withstanding, it's not gaining drive unless you Soul Blast a Daiyusha with the skill of basically bind it, but you only can do it once. So the plus crit is actually important in how you actually push damage through. So I tried to run 1, and even I can still win games, but I think having more is actually more important. So there we go. And then one more Thailander in case I need another one, mainly for the Dimension Robo name. And then 2 of the B Heroes promo for the Soul Charge and Counter Charge, and also becoming a 10k boost, so that is great itself. And then booster PGs, base order PGs, because we are resting set orders a lot, our freeze wave, and then of course our 4 die base. Daibase is just a great card on place. The turn you on place, you can actually search things from deck, so it helps you to squeeze deck and help you get your basically a buy lady to connect to the next set order. Could be any of the parts that when you need to block intercepts, when you need to gain crit, when you need to jump right, whatever, you can fully utilize this card. And after that, it will grab units from the drop zone, so it still helps you, for example, to reuse your Die Dragon. Yeah, so it's a very good card, but then you also need to be very careful on your energy usage, because if you use it recklessly, then sometimes you might lacking in energy in order to blast through to bring a unit out, or you're kind of wasting the energy charge somehow, right? So because you only have that much of a chance, and depending on how many you have already set, that means your actions are also limited. So do be careful on that. And I keep saying, having 2 set orders is very different to 3 to 4 of the set orders. So trying to grab it, make sure you play them and just use them wisely. Triggers. Blanket OT, it's just great, nothing much to say about that. And then crits, I'm running 8, 3 of the tanky draws, and then 4 heals. If you want to use like the effect heals, you can. So far I don't quite see a need on there, and I want to keep it simple, so I'm just using the normal heals. Draws, I think is better than fronts here, because even though we get some kind of draw power, we get ways to squeeze out deck, but I think the draw is not enough still. Maybe later we can have some promo that actually gives us more draw power, like what Fermion did, or maybe like direct update support in the main booster to do that. So far I don't see we have enough draw power, and I think having a decent hand size is actually important here, while you already have your base to help you reduce the need of using cards from hand to call to the board, because you can grab them with the die base and then call them out, right? So yeah, so having a bigger hand size definitely increases your survival rate, and you just need to draw the right pieces sometimes, because with die base you only have 4 chances to grab something that you need, even though it's likely going to just feed all your needs, but you never know. Like, if it gets sent back to your deck, if it really gets bind away, then you really need to find a way to grab those cards again, and the way to do it is to draw cards. So that's why I choose draw over the front. But if you like to use front trigger more, definitely you can do that. Other cards that you can consider put into your deck, Bubble Mine if you really need to counter charge. If you want to find set orders, you can use the Great One Triple Rare from previous set. Also grabs you a Great 2 or higher card, so I think it's okay to use as well. And then the Energy Blast 3 to draw one, I think I see some people using it. It did contrast with your base energy usage, so sometimes can ruin your play, but it can be a good defensive option if you really like don't have the donation card and you're looking for other options, or if you don't have this and you're looking for other options, then you can try to go for it. Yeah, so to keep it simple, the deck itself, you just need to try to grab like all different pieces of Dimension Robot into your zone, and then call them to the board, so that when your Daiyusha uses the skill to pump power, everyone can get the buff. and then you swing hard with your Vanguard, restand it, swing again with your regards, and yeah, that's probably it. You don't need to like think too much with this deck, but then the most important part is how you fully utilize your die bases. That is the part that drains your brain the most. Yeah, because you only have that much of a chances. So before you actually take this deck to like any tournament, what I would suggest is you do some practice on using the die bases, because you don't need an opponent to kind of know what you need to do with your die bases. You can just, okay, if I have 2, it's my turn. You just shuffle your deck, and then you can just, okay, what I need to do, and you can just randomly drop some cards in your drop zone to know what, to get some feeling of what you choose to put into your soul and bring something back. And you can practice with 2, you can practice with 3, you can practice with 4. Then you can actually see how the energy going ups and downs, how your soul getting in and out, and how you pick whatever units that you think is important into your soul. And once you are quite well in managing your die bases, then I think the rest should be easy. Yeah, I think the die bases control is actually the most important part, and as long as you can clear that, you will be fine. Yeah, but if you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to ask in the comments down below. Other options that you have used, feel free to let me know as well. Subscribe for more deck profiles, unboxing, deck fight videos. I haven't been doing deck fight videos recently because I didn't get much chance to actually play. I do sometimes, but it might not be a good moment to actually recording, or maybe I don't have the space to set up my stuff. But later, definitely there will be some more. Yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.